Good evening and welcome to Everett Community College, the Walt Price Fitness Center. Scott Ohsman, Ron Henthorn. We've got the 4A Girls Wesco Championship game, Glacier Peak Grizzlies and the Lake Stephen Vikings. Ron, how are you, man?
I'm great, Scott. Hey, we're up here at Everett Community College, man.
That's right.
Way up above all the action on the floor tonight.
That's right.
Bird's eye view.
Looking at right now as the starting lineups, there's a peak there, Glacier Peak. The starting lineups, these two teams, they were kind of on a course to meet here. As you see, Paisley Johnson coming out next year, heading to BYU for Glacier Peak in their white uniforms. And for Lake Stevens, that's number 10, Lacey Taylor. Glacier Peak coming in 14-0 in Wesco 4A, their first year in the 4A, 20-1 overall, only lost to Stanwood. RPI right now, Ron Henthorn, number 4. We'll talk more about that as we get along here in the broadcast. You're seeing Sam Fatkin meet up there in the middle with Kristen Glick for Lake Stevens in their dark jerseys. Lake Stevens 11-2, 17-3 overall. RPI is number 10 right now. And we'll again talk about what the implications, if you're not familiar, a brand new system for RPI as Nicole Jensen comes out. As you see her meet up with number 22. That's Reagan Reed, the freshman, Ron Henthorn. She has been a phenom freshman so far.
She's been really good for the Vikings this year.
Lake Stevens, they beat Kamiak 66-53 in the semis to get to this game. Glacier Peak, they beat Jackson 66-36. There you see Kayla Watkins and also Larissa Walton, 6-foot senior for Lake Stevens. And here comes the superstar for Lake Stevens, the Vikings, 6'2" junior, Kylie Griffin, number 44. And that's Abby Josephitis, number 33, coming to greet her at center court. So that kind of sets it up. They've played twice this year. Glacier Peak has gotten the best of them both times, Ron.
Yeah, back on December 14th, it was 86 EGP, and on January 22nd, it was 68-55. So the Vikings are trying to get some revenge here tonight, Scott.
Randy Eden's a long-time Lake Stevens head coach. Brian Hill, also the long-time 9th year for Glacier Peak High School. Glad you're with us on STSPN. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with the tip-off right after this.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com. The Glacier Peak Band with their rendition of the national anthem. Great job there, and we are ready for some basketball. The STSPN crew has been here all day. Unbelievable coverage of district playoffs, both 4A and 3A last night at Jackson. And starting at, I don't even know what time, Todd Elvig here today, 2 o'clock games. We're ready for some basketball.
District finals here at Everett Community College. Lake Stevens, Glacier Peak, meeting again for the 3rd time this year. Let's see what will transpire.
Big matchup to watch, of course. if you're coming into this game is the bigs down low. Kylie Griffin, number 44, matching up with Kayla Watkins. The senior is heading to Weber State next year. Sam Fatkin also kind of listed the starting lineups. The senior, she's heading to University of Arizona, and you'll see Griffin and Watkins meet out at the center circle for the tip. What a great atmosphere. And we are underway.
Blake Stevens controls the tip. We'll see what happens.
Griffin with the ball.
First shot out of the gate
Reed.
for 3.
Sam Fatkin with the rebound, and here comes GP. They haven't been faced too much. Right inside to Paisley Johnson. That combo has been deadly for years.
He left Paisley alone on the basket down there. That won't work.
Now in the corner, back out. Walton goes into Griffin. Griffin turnaround and good D there by a smaller player there. Nicole Jensen, she's been feisty though.
She's earned her space in this starting lineup here as a good defender.
Joseph Pitus, the three-point specialist. Here's Watkins, first time. She's going to take Walton, steps. Pays her there for the rebound. Watkins one more time, cannot get it over the lid. And Griffin, good hustle. Here comes the Vikings. Reed. And the freshman draws a whistle and will head to the line as we're just underway.
Wow, quick start here. Little running, little quick shots under the basket down there. Glacier Peak gave up a good opportunity to score right there with 3 quick layups that didn't go in.
Fouls on junior Nicole Jensen. Reagan Reed can't get that one to go. There she is, spotting up. The freshman has been unbelievable. Rebound, big rebound there by the Vikings. And Griffin back out. They'll get another try here, down 2-0. Walton. Griffin there for a great rebound. Here comes Sam Fatkin going deep to Paisley. And Paisley goes hard to the deck, as we're familiar with many times. She'll go to the stripe.
Unbelievable turnaround there. Just a few minutes ago, Glacier Peak got 3 layups under the basket, didn't make it. And then the Vikings get 3 layups under the basket and don't make it.
Boy, there's something on the lid there, Ron, as the foul is going to be on Lacey Taylor. As Johnson heads to the line, can't make that.
These girls are usually pretty good at the free throw line, so they just got to get relaxed here a little bit, let the adrenaline slow down and get in the flow of the game here.
Glacier Peak with a 2-0 lead. They have barely been threatened at all, as PJ accounts for all 3 of the GP. A big rebound there one more time. Tries to go to Joseph Pitus. It's going to end up going Vikings' way.
Almost a turnover for GP. Looks like the Vikings are coming in full court press here against GP, or GP against Vikings, I mean.
And GP did that. We saw that in the semifinal game, Ron. They came out attacking defensively, pressure right away on the Timberwolves, and it paid off. They got a lot of points off the turnover. And there's Sam Fatkin again. This time, Vikings come away with it. Fast break. Reagan Reed. Trouble.
Scramble on the floor, and GP comes up with it. Fatkin, top of the key, trying to set something up here into Kayla.
Watkins doubled, and Kylie Griffin comes up.
Gonna get another foul against
Another
GP.
whistle. And that's again against Nicole Jensen. That's her second already for the junior. Has been so pivotal, both defense and offense. She's going to take a seat. And here comes Maya McFadden, the senior, number 15, as the trap. There, they get her into the front court with Taylor. Back out, Glick. Griffin inside, one-hander, but she draws the foul, McFadden, and they're going right at him, Ron.
They are going right at him. Got 2 on Jensen and 2 on McFadden as soon as she came in here. So then she's going to the basket. She's going to shoot 2 at the line here.
So 3 team fouls here.
Kaylee Griffin knows how to play this game.
She does. She gets the first points here.
Break the seal.
For Lake Stevens,
break
yes.
The seal, man. Yeah.
Griffin one more time opens it up. Now it's just 3-2 Glacier Peak.
Timeout Vikings.
And there's a quick timeout on the court.
30-second.
See if we're going to go to commercial here. We will. We'll be back with more right after this STSPN 4A Wesco Girls Championship.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson,
46%.
family.
46% for the line. Ron and I just talking about back here at Everett Community College, the Walt Price Fitness Center, GP with a 3-2 lead. Paisley Johnson over to Joseph Pitus, trying to get across the line. Time not an issue now in high school sports in the state of Washington. Right back, Sam to Watkins, and she finishes.
Finally got one to go under the basket there for Kayla Watkins. Both teams pressing hard here to start out with. GP beat the press that time. And
Kylie Griffin with the ball. If you're there, there's a deep 3 by Walton. Good rebound there, also by Taylor, and they get another shot. They're doing a great job on the offensive rebounds, are Lake Stevens. Griffin with a 3. Got it.
Five, tied up ball game here as Glacier Peak breaks the press.
Fakes it and takes it. Paisley with 5. Quick action. Lake Stevens back on the front side. Deep 3 by Reed. Bounces out and Watkins is there. 7-5 Glacier Peak. 4:38 left to go in the first quarter. Sammy. Can't get to roll Watkins.
The rebound and in.
We were talking coming out of the break. They only shoot Glacier Peak 46% from the free throw line as they tie up Glick there. So that's attacking them, getting Glacier Peak also creating fouls, getting them to the line. You got a better shot at getting a rebound, and then also getting them into foul trouble. That's what they're prone to do. You've seen Kayla Watkins, Paisley Johnson. Watkins with the ball goes up and in.
That'd be good strategy for the Vikings to try to do that if they can work hard on it. They got to stop Kayla inside like that, though.
Reed right there, and she gets called to charge. She did put her shoulder down a little bit, and it'll go back to the Grizzlies.
Smart move by Kayla Watkins down there to take that charge and go down. If you don't take it and go down, sometimes you don't get it. Substitution in here for Vikings. Rocky Lenstra coming in.
Rocky, the senior, had some great minutes. Lake Stevens, Edens, he knows this is territory he knows very well, and Lake Stevens, the Vikings, always competing in the district. Joseph Pitus out front, they go in deep. Watkins tripled.
And fouled. That's one way to stop her, but they can't foul her too.
Rocky Leenstra gets the foul, and Watkins is going to take a breather, and they'll send in number 13, Michaela Guerra, the junior, who's also can hit from beyond the arc for Glacier Peak. 11-5. GP up right now, 3:46 left to go in the first quarter of this district championship. Paisley Johnson with the ball, back out to Sam Fatkin. Joseph Pitus, who had a huge night against Jackson, hitting some threes. She'll go for 3, front rim, and they're going to let that go out of bounds. And it'll be Vikings ball.
Kayla Watkins came out there with a little scratch on her knee, getting a little bandage up down there on the sidelines. I think the referee noticed a little red mark on her knees. Had to send her out.
Whistle on the full court press. That's going to go under for Abby Josepitis, her first. Glacier Peak, they've been in the district championship game before. 2 years, lost it to Linwood as they were in the 3A. You see Reagan Reed doing some dribbling, and Johnson, the senior, says, give me that. Youngster, I'm going to teach you a lesson. Don't dribble in front of me.
Right.
Paisley all the way.
She's going to get blocking foul on her, so that'll be another foul against the Vikings.
Coach Eaton's looking for a travel, and that'll be Kylie Griffin's first foul.
GP inbounds play could be a good offense. Didn't execute a play.
Down low to Paisley. She's got 2 defenders, tries to go up, no call there. Here come the Vikings. Ooh.
Yeah, an easy turnover for
Taylor Smith, and Paisley didn't even get up, and she's right there, and she has another bucket.
Unfortunate. And another unfortunate turnover for the Vikings.
Taylor Smith, the junior, having trouble in the open court there.
Fatkin let that go out of bounds like she didn't touch it last. Going to have a little conference down here with Donnie and sideline referee over there, and they're going to give it back to the Grizzlies. Sammy knew what she was doing over there.
Sam Fatkin heading to the University of Arizona next year. Glacier Peak featuring 3 D1 commits. Kayla Watkins going to Weber State, and Paisley Johnson going to BYU, as we have a pause here on the court.
Checking out something on the court. Nothing there, I guess. Everything's good. Kayla Watkins back in for Abby Josepitis.
McFadden looking for it. Watkins goes into Sammy Fatkin, goes to Watkins, and
that's a turnover with
5 seconds. Is that what they called there, Ronnie?
Turnover on Kayla. Scrumbled her feet a little bit.
All right. That's why you're here, my friend. The details. They're just trying to push off there. Kristen Glick gets it down. Taylor.
Put it off the mark.
Too much. Guerra
in the ball game. Paisley going to slow it down here. See if we can set something up. Back to back in the top of the key.
2:12 left to go in the first quarter. 13-5 Glacier Peak. Hard for them to slow it up, Ron. They like to push, attack. Great play. McFadden underneath.
They ran a play and made it. I'd love to see him run plays like that.
Great screen. There's a back screen on the far side of the court. Hit her perfectly there. Now 15-5. Lake Stevens trying to make sure this doesn't get too far out of control. They go into Griffin, their superstar. Turn around. Count it.
It's going to go against Maya McFadden as well. 2 and a possible 1 to go.
That's what we used to call it, the Y, a tough cover, Ron.
Yeah, definitely. Tough cover.
Griffin already with 7 points, and guess what? How many points Lake Stephen has? 7. Some substitutions now. Reagan Reed will come back in. McFadden takes a seat. Josepitis out. Back in, excuse me, thank you. Kristen Glick for Lake Stevens takes a seat as Griffin tries to complete the 3-point play, and she does. .138 left to go in the first quarter here. Sam Fatkin out to Johnson. Oh, and Kayla just loses the handle as she was making her move.
She had the inside line, too.
Breaking that press. Here comes Griffin. Straight up, and she gets the foul and the bucket, exactly what Lake Stephen needs and wants.
Yeah, that time she handled Kayla Watkins just right. She kind of faked a little bit and then moved around her and made her step into her. So Griffin gets the 2.
Her first, but that's a 6th team foul for Glacier Peak here with 1:22 in the first quarter. Only 4 for Lake Stevens. the strategy working out so far. If they get them in not only foul trouble, but they get to the line.
They get into the line. Oh,
can't take that one.
2 but not 3, but that works.
Fatkin in the open court. Reagan Reed tries to take her on. She ends up on her bottom.
Reagan Reed should have been called for a foul.
It is districts, the championship. They're going to let them play a little bit, but not too much. Here's a foul. That's on Lacey Taylor, her second. Now 5 team fouls for the Vikings. Sam Fatkin gets it inbound to Michaela Guerra, out to Watkins. Watkins immediately tied up, aggressive by Rocky Leenstra.
Oh, Rocky's going to get called for the foul, however. Grabbed their arm and not the ball. But shouldn't have got the ball down there where you could get to it.
That's a great point. Second team foul as they are just adding up quickly. They both have 6.
Yeah. Well, they're playing for a win here tonight, both of them.
Rocky takes a seat. Trying to find a good flow. 5-point lead. Triple team. Somebody's open. Josephitis for 3. Too much. Rebound there by Walton.
They're going to give them those threes until they start making them. So they're going to double 3 on triple team on Kayla down there like they've just been doing.
50 seconds left in the first quarter.
The fast first quarter.
13 on the shot clock. Walton underneath, a little mid-range, can't go. Now Kayla pushing to Fatkin. Sammy stops. Too much. 24 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here comes Lacey Taylor. Deep. That's a beautiful shot by Anna Dominic. .11 seconds left to go.
Fatkin setting up for that final shot. Takes it herself.
Sam. Josephitis thinks about it.
Didn't take it, lost
1
it.
second. And Griffin tries to heave it. But the Vikings do exactly what they want. It started to stretch, but we head into the second. Glacier Peak up 15-12. Back with the second quarter right after this.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, we are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
Back here for Everett Community College here, EVCC. Glad you're with us here. Scott Ohsman, Ron the Wedge Henthorn high above the court. This Wesco 4A Girls Championship presented by Speedway Chevrolet.
We're high above the court here. First period underway, 15-12. GP on top, ready for the second period. That was a fast first period, Scott.
Yes, it was. Some foul trouble we'll look at. Both teams at 6, so very close to heading to the bonus as Reagan Reed, the freshman, leads the Vikings out top. Taylor back, Walton. There's Dominic. Reed mishandles. Dominic picks it up and puts it down. Anna Dominic, the senior, contributing. Paisley just launches. Watkins with a rebound. Says she traveled before she put it up.
Donnie just watching her feet. I'm not sure about that one, but I'm further away than he was.
Just a little bit. Full court press all game long. Here's Kylie Griffin. She's going to take on. She spins. What a move by Griffin. Doesn't get the bucket.
But she got called for the foul, I think. Trying to get back on the ball.
Frustrating.
A nice move.
Probably a frustration foul. Her second personal here. 7th team foul. We're seeing debate here if it's an offensive player control. It's not, they don't go and shoot baskets. However, I think they're going to go set up a free throw. They are, because they are in the bonus.
Yeah, it was after the shot was off.
Watkins at the line, 53% shooter on the season.
Took that one a little hard off the backboard. Got a little adrenaline flowing down there. Normally nothing but net from that young lady.
7 for Kayla Watkins. That one too much. Here come the Vikings. Anna Dominic, you got a younger sister, Sarah Dominic, hasn't seen the court quite yet. You have Reagan Reed, the freshman, out front working on Sam. Fatkin!
Nice deep.
Big block. Here comes Paisley Johnson.
Nice ball movement by Grizzlies there. Paisley's going to go all the way in. Oh, it's a turnover.
Paisley creating and driving, trying to get the dish there, just a little too much for Kayla. 2-point ball game here, 6:43 left in the first half. Last time these two met at Lake Stevens, Glacier Peak winning 68-55. Kaylee Griffin takes on defenders and loses it, and add one to the turnover column there for the Vikings.
Definitely. Lost the handle going to the basket. GP only scored 1 point this quarter so far. Then again, Vikings have only scored 2, so 6:24 left to go.
Kind of started out fast and furious there, Ron. It's kind of calmed down here as it typically happens. Johnson on the wing looking to get it low. Now they go to the double team. They swing it back around. Fatkins. 8 seconds on the shot clock. 5. Josephitis from way downtown. Too much, or not enough, I should say. And here they go. Push it to Kylie Griffin. One step. Tries to get her own rebound.
Let's check out who did the fouling in there.
It's got to go on Guerra, I would imagine.
Going against 3.
Oh, no, on Josephitis.
32.
Shame on me to speculate there, Ron.
Didn't make the basket, goes to the line, shooting 2.
That's second.
1 and 1. How about that?
Second on Josephitis. And it's the bonus, so she misses there. Way down, directly trying to get a quick bucket is Paisley Johnson. PJ Johnson.
Grizzlies yet to make a 3 here tonight.
Yep.
Usually good for a couple early on. Oh,
that's a deuce, but they're going to be an offensive call there, and it's going to go the Vikings ball.
Kayla Watkins is going to get a bumping.
That's her second. Again, that has been, if you look at the history here, last year going in, they didn't make it out of the districts. Kayla also had a hurt ankle. They had some injuries, but this year before, foul trouble has played a factor, there's no doubt. Walton out top. Driving in, great take there by Glick. Guerra with the rebound.
Right, she didn't make that one.
Paisley for 3. Boom, first one tonight.
What did I say? Hadn't seen one yet. About time to see one. Most of these Grizzly girls can hit that 3. There's
Reagan Reed, tough take to the rack, and she will head to the line as it's a foul-orama here, Ron.
It is. Going to ring up 1-3, I believe. Yep.
That's going to go on Guerra. 9th team foul here for Glacier Peak. Almost one away from the double bonus. Reed. Vikings, boy, they'd either be tied or maybe a lead here if they'd hit their free throws, Ron.
Absolutely right. They're just not making those free ones, and they're free. You should make them all, according to our good friend John. He misses a second.
Reagan Reed disappointed. 4:51 left to go in this second quarter. First half, Paisley Johnson
And gets the foul.
The senior Anna Dominic.
That's the Sam Paisley Johnson, Sam game, the run and shoot game.
They attack long range. You'll see that if you stay tuned. We got the boys Wesco 4A championship coming up at 8 o'clock right after this game. They also, if you haven't watched Glacier Peak, they'll be facing Monroe. They like to push as well. Here's Paisley. Can't make that. And just as we were talking about Lake Stevens not doing well from the line, Glacier Peak isn't hitting all of them either, and Paisley can't believe the foul.
She kind of moving block and ran her out of bounds over there. He's going to put her on the line too, right?
It will. Now that's the 10th, so she gets 2 shots at it no matter what.
A lot of fouls in this game.
A lot of fouls. And Reagan Reed this time hits it, and that's the first points here for the just exceptional freshman this year, Ron. She has played so well and keeps getting better. She drops the second.
She's going to be a strong, hard player for the Vikings here for the next 3 years, I'm sure. She didn't.
Timeout of the court. We'll take one too. Wesco 4A girls basketball, STSPN.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens, you not only find what you need, we make sure you get the help you need too. Hi, this is Gray Eaglestead, and I own Lake Stevens Ace Hardware with my wife, Christine.
We'll greet you at the door and answer any questions you have about what you need. We're all about serving our customers and our community.
We support local high school sports and many other Lake Stevens organizations and events throughout the year.
So the next time you need something for that job around the house and a little friendly advice, come see us.
Ace Hardware in Lake Stevens. We are the helpful hardware folks.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks.
4 minutes, 38 seconds left in this first half of the Wesco 4A Girls Championship presented by Speedway Chevrolet on STSPN. Paisley Johnson deep underneath the hoop. Tough shot. Kylie Griffin for the rebound, and here comes Lake Stevens.
A big three.
Launch for Reed. Here comes the Grizzlies. Jensen got it.
The Grizzlies got the green light on the 3 ball now.
They shoot 34% as a team from beyond the arc. 41% on the season for the junior Nicole Jensen. Dominic with the ball back out. Here's Reed.
Nice. Get touched a little bit going through there, but not fouled.
Sammy. Floater. Patton.
One of her best shots.
Patton and Fatkin, she's been doing it for years and years. Griffin. She had the first 7 points for Lake Stevens.
Tied up ball there. Possession going to Glacier Peak.
It has been a foul palooza. We'll have Steve Willits from the Sound Live Sports Network, also Prep Chatter, also weekly prep show on KRKO. We got to get him a longer T-shirt, Todd Elvig. He needs more.
A foul palooza. That's a good
right.
one. 18 fouls, 10 for GP.
3:12 left to go here in this first half. Josephitis from the corner. Griffin skies for a rebound, but she can't handle it. And there's Paisley on the ground, and they
called
timeout.
Grizzlies.
I like the dramatic pause there by our guy in stripes.
That's Danny.
More dramatic pauses when we return. I want to thank our executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig and the gang here, bringing to you through the interwebs. Glacier Peak with the ball. Paisley Johnson fakes it, takes it, and drops it. Paisley Johnson, 14 points for the senior.
Game to play today.
Dominic out. Smith drives the baseline, but she runs out of room.
Zipped on the big black paint down there. Another turnover for Lake Stevens.
2:42 left to go in this first half. Boy, it was a 2-point ball game there, Ron. Then it went to 5. Now all of a sudden, it has blossomed 28-16. 12-point game here as Fatkin working on Smith. Fatkin all the way across the paint.
Yeah, you got fouled. Going to go to the line shooting at 1-1. That should be the 9th foul on the Vikings, I think.
See who that's against. There's a hold. That's the 3rd foul there on number 10, Lacey Taylor.
Not good for the Vikings.
Oh, the junior is a big part of what they do. As she will head to the bench, and Reagan Reed, the freshman, comes back in. Fatkin makes the first.
Gets the end one.
73% shooter from the stripe this year. And we makes it 2 in a row there for Fatkin. As Glacier Peak here just in the last 2 minutes, stretching the lead now 30-16.
Trying to settle down here, getting a few good shots off makes a big difference.
And those big 3-pointers by Glacier Peak. Kaylee Griffin deep in the key. Turnaround, can't find it.
She got triple teamed down there too and still tried to force one up. Got to feel that triple team and look for that open player.
Under 2 to go here in the first half. Guerra around to Sammy, takes the baseline, doesn't get the roll, and Paisley Johnson fights there underneath and helps up Kristen Glick, the senior.
Samantha not happy missing that layup.
No, she had a great move to the baseline there. The defender opened up and gave her that, and she didn't finish. She usually does.
Little square on the board up there. The backboard says, put the ball here and it'll go in every time.
That's right, and there's a miscommunication there between Glick and Smith. Taylor Smith, the junior. Another turnover here, 30-16, a minute 28 to go in the first half. Paisley out front, and that's great D there by Reed. Reed has a trailer, and Griffin spins off the rim, and Fatkin with the rebound. Outlet here to Josephitis, 2-on-1, lefty. No, and a big crash under the boards between Griffin and Johnson, no call.
We're going to get a timeout here.
And there's a technical, it looked like either timeout or a technical by our near side official.
Let's see what she's saying here.
There's a discussion.
Coach Randy Egan's had an argument there because there should have been a good foul call down there.
They did.
But he's going to get rung up. As Samantha Fatkin's going to go to the line and take that tee. He's not a happy camper.
No, he's not. Sam.
And she gets 2.
Yes, she does. She hits it. 6 points for Sam Fatkin.
And the ball get given to Glacier Peak here. Minute 3 seconds left to go in this second period here. Glacier Peak is widening their lead.
Give and go, tries to get it to Sam, and she is hammered there. Reagan Reed trying to catch up.
Another foul against the Vikes. That's her second.
That's second. I hope these officials bought new whistles, Ron. They're going to wear these babies out tonight.
Getting their usage out of them for sure. Fatkin drops the first one.
Fatkin's always been a very good free throw shooter. 7 now for the senior Fatkin. 5, the last 5 from the charity stripe. There's some substitutions in there as Jensen takes a seat. McFadden goes in, and we're also going to see Haley Grambo. Sam Paisley, big rebound up, and it's good. Oh my.
Big mistake by the Vikings there. You never should give up that inside lane on a free throw.
16 in the first half with 42 seconds left to go here for Paisley Johnson. What a game for the senior heading to BYU. Reed out front, 32 on the game clock, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Now Reed's got to do something. Sammy comes in, and she's going to get another foul. Now that's where she has to be careful. That's a silly foul with 26.5.
It is.
When you got a 35-16 lead.
It happens to be her first foul, but it's still a silly foul, I agree. No reason to give that one up. But it's an aggressive game that she plays, so.
That is true. Reed hits it. Started off wobbly from the line. Now she's hit her last 3. Josephitis for Glacier Peak takes a seat. Grambo comes in, and Reed hits that. Grambo, the sophomore, number 1 with the white headband there. Getting some sparingly minutes throughout the season here, but good experience with 12 seconds left. They'll play for the last shot. Paisley with an awkward shot, and she gets called for traveling before. Didn't quite know what she wanted to do, Ron.
I think she got doubled up and didn't know it. So threw it at the basket, hoping to get the foul.
Reed, 2 seconds, deep 3.
Didn't count.
And that's where we will sit through one half. This Wesco 4A Girls Championship game presented by Speedway Chevrolet. 35-18 Glacier Peak. Back with more halftime, and we'll see if we can get a guest right here on STSPN. Back here at Everett Community College, the Walt Price Fitness Center. Scott Ohsman, Ron the Wedge Henthorn. Glacier Peak just getting ready for the second half of the Wesco 4A Girls Championship. Glacier Peak up 35-18. What's your thoughts there in the halftime, Ron?
Well, we had a good game going in the first period there, Scott. 12 by the Vikings and 15 by Glacier Peak. Close game going into the second period. But then Glacier Peak just poured it on with some three-point shots and just outscored them 20-6 to take that lead up to 35-18 here. I'm not sure what the Vikings are going to do at halftime, but I think they're going to have to get in there and play like we were talking earlier and try to see if they can get Kayla or somebody else in foul trouble in there so they can get those inside shots.
So far for the Vikings, only 2 kids have scored, and of course Kylie Griffin with 10 and Reed, the freshman, with 4. And I'm sorry, there's one other scorer, Dominic there. But as Glacier Peak opens up the second half with the ball, fouls definitely could be an issue. Sam with the spot-up jumper, but Watkins with another big rebound.
Gets it taken away.
Puts it on the deck.
Yep.
They teach the bigs never do that, right?
That's what they're supposed to learn.
You get all the littles chopping away down there. Blake Stevens, see if they can crawl back. Kylie Griffin takes it hard to the hoop, and she gets the bucket, and she'll head to the line. That's her 3rd time.
And the 3rd foul on Kayla Watkins, too, I believe.
And Kayla already knows it and starts heading towards the bench.
She's going over to say, what did I do wrong, Coach? I didn't move my feet.
She makes them pay with a 3-pointer the old-fashioned way here, 35-21. 13 points for the junior Kylie Griffin. Everybody wondering where she's going to go. Watkins still in the game, goes up, fakes, and he's going to get called for traveling again. And Watkins frustrated, understandably so.
Got to settle down in there a little bit. Just relax. Make an easy move to the basket.
Bringing the ball up now. In is Walton as you get it to Reed. Reed goes straight to the rack, and she is rewarded. And Reagan Reed
got away with a little bump on Josephitis there. No call. Like you said, they're letting him play a little bit here. So we'll see how much they let him play.
2-3 zone. Josephitis. And Kylie Griffin with a big rebound. Paisley
gets away with a couple bumps down
yes.
there, too.
Trying to be careful there. Reed goes right to Fatkins, and she draws the foul. Reagan Reed, no fear freshman.
Reagan Reed knows how to play this ball game. 2 on Samantha, I think.
That is 2 on Sam Fatkin. Both teams got into the bonus. Felt like early in the second quarter in the first half, Ron. Reed misses. She started out the first quarter a little rough from the free throw line, then she made it up with 4 straight. Misses the first here, just the start of the third quarter, and that one, great tip there from Jensen to Paisley. Paisley looking for teammates. Underneath Fatkins, wide open. 9 now for the junior, or for the senior Fatkins.
7 in the first.
I wanted her to be a junior, right?
You wanted her to be a junior. She probably doesn't want to be a junior anymore.
Walton with a 3 ball and a big block out. Jensen takes Kylie, but the Vikings there. A good pickup there by Lacey Taylor. Reed with a deep 3, tipped. Fatkin already the other way. Paisley thinks about it. Sammy, fade away, tough shot. Good D by Reagan. Gets it again. Now gets hung up by Glick, and Glick quick to help her up.
It's going to be Vikings ball on the possession. Held ball.
Still a 14-point lead here. 5:31 left to go in the third quarter.
Little discussion down there in the basket about whose ball it is, but seemed pretty clear. to the score table down here.
Great atmosphere here at Everett Community College, AVCC, part of that NWAC you see on the floor. And now there's confusion, it feels like, with the officials and possession, so
timeout. Vikings.
Full timeout by Lake Stevens. We will step away here momentarily. We'll be back to see how this unfolds. Girls 4A Wesco Championship on STSPN. Here comes the 5-tool player. We were rudderless there, Ron. We're not used to flying solo.
You did pretty good hanging on the wheel there. 5:30 left to go in this second period. Or third
Reed.
period.
Reed is smooth.
Reed's carrying the load for Griffin now in this period.
8 points for the freshman, and she is going to get a foul trying to play great D. She looks in wonderment, if that's a word.
Wonderment's a good word.
I just made it up if it's not. And that's a third personal foul there on Reagan Reed. Head coach Randy Edens for Lake Stevens. Josephitis for 3. She hasn't hit one. She's usually
that's going off. Vikings.
Deadly, and it's going to stay with Glacier Peak.
A little more Jabberwocky in there, Scott. Maybe we can figure out what's going on.
Josephitis 40% from three land in the season, so not used to missing him. Sam Fatkin will take a try. Good rebound there by Griffin. Here comes Reed.
He's going into the barn.
That's a stop pull-up jumper. Paisley wants to push. 4:42 left in the third quarter. Johnson taking on Taylor.
Taylor got her hand on her. Not much of a foul, but rang her up anyway.
If that is on number 10,
it is.
That's going to be her 4th personal foul. That is trouble. Lacey Taylor, the junior.
4 fouls, but she's not scoring. What was that? I looked down.
Josephitis there was getting her feet set, and she stood on the end line there, or the
baseline, sideline.
The sideline. Thank you.
One of those lines.
So many lines. Reed right cuts through the middle. Can't get it this time, but Reed has found a hole there in the GP defense, and she's going after it. 4:21 left, 37-25. Back the other way, Fatkins.
Run and gun. Here comes Reed again.
This is how he started the game.
Slow it down a little bit, girls.
There's Lacey Taylor playing with 4 fouls. Back out to Griffin. Glick in there with Walton as well. Here's Reed, good changeup, right-hand runner. And I tell you what, Mr. Henthorn, Reagan Reed is a playa.
She is. She's going to be here for a while. That was a nice little pull-up running jump.
3:40 left when I say they cut it to 10.
Yeah. That ball is going to be off of
Glick
Glacier Peak.
And Jensen there, and it's going to go Lake Stevens' way. They've brought it to 10. There's a timeout on the court. We will take one, too. See how this shakes out. 3:30 in the third, 10-point lead. saw there Glacier Peak. Head coach Brian Hill in his 9th year, just the 9th year of the school. He's been here all the way. Both student sections showing up for this one. As Lake Stevens now, 10-point deficit, see what they can do. Goes down, and Jensen fell down, and Griffin with a great move, and she gets Josephitis.
Her third foul. Griffin going to the line for an and one. You got 15 points for Griffin so far.
And Griffin, that is her 4th time on my unofficial count where she has gone to the hoop and head to the line, and she hits that one. 16, Kylie Griffin, the 6'2 junior, wants to keep going. Now all these teams will get going right now on the RPI, which is new for the state of Washington, WIAA, heading into regionals. The seeding is done by the RPI. Right now, Lake Stevens at number 10 and Glacier Peak at number 4. The top 8 seeds get the first bye. It is still a double elimination tournament as we head to regional and state. But Glacier Peak would like to win the districts. Paisley.
Went into the crowd and didn't get fouled.
Paisley with a tremendous first half, 16 points. Back down, and a nice shot. Anna Dominic, who had 4 in the first half. And the Vikings now 37-32, crawling back into this one with 2:34 left to go in the third.
Whatever the Vikings did at halftime was working for them.
Shot, PJ, right back.
Paisley Johnson with a rebound, back in for 2. 18 points for Paisley Johnson.
Griffin, hard baseline move, and this one crawls in. 18 as well for Griffin.
Trading baskets here.
I can do what you can do, but I can do it better. Gara Michaela in the ball game. There's Sam for 3. Too much, but Paisley with the rebound. And she runs into a couple of Vikings there straight up, and takes one to the chops.
I think she's going to get called for it too. They're going to check this out over here with the little discussion.
Is there a foul?
I think just a turnover, no foul call that I saw.
Glacier Peak started the game off with a full court press. They have backed off on that.
I'm not sure they need to go back to it.
Glick out front to Walton, back to Glick. Now Walton out front. And Paisley goes, and she dangerous there. Could have got another foul. Reed spins in, throws it up, trying to get the call. No call. Here comes Fatkins. Watkins on her left. Watkins.
Her first 2 of the second half here finally, contributing to her team.
9 points for part of the 3 ladies going on to D1. Deep shot there by Dominic, gets the ball back, and she draws a whistle.
Yeah. Dominic traveled that time too and didn't get called. But the whistle worked.
That's going to be on McFadden, number 15, Maya McFadden.
Her third.
A little too much there for Anna Dominic, the senior.
Vikings need to go back to the gym and work on free throws. They'd be way in this game if they'd made just half of the ones they've missed.
Can't get that, but there's 6'2" Kyrie. She just reaches over Gara and gets the Vikings back. But Sam, the quick hands of Sammy Fatkin. Reed trying to draw the foul. Joseph McFadden for 3. Maya there.
Don't see Maya shoot that one very often. Glad to see her try it.
47 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 41-34. Glacier Peak. Walton for 3. Error. Good hustle there by Dominic, but not quite enough, and it'll be Glacier Peak basketball.
38 seconds, 30 on the shot clock. Let's see what they run. wild last minute or two here.
Yes. Glacier Peak, if you're not familiar, they lost their first game against Stanwood, 3A, very good team, as Walton checks out and Rocky Leenstra comes in for Lake Stevens with 34 on the shot clock, 25 on, or 31 on the game, 22 now on the shot clock. PJ gets the screen. Sam wants the three ball, she gets it! Sam Fatkin.
That'll get them fired up. The Gracie fans over there are going crazy.
11 seconds. Reed peels off the screen by Dominic, and Dominic's going to get called. Oh, no, that's going to go on Paisley.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Excuse me. There, I did it one more time.
Could have gone either way.
It was a good screen by Dominic. But we've been watching Paisley Johnson for many years. We always talk about she has one gear and one gear only.
Full speed ahead.
Reagan Reed who's had a great third quarter, gets it to Griffin. Griffin gonna pull it up. Can't get it. Hard fight for the rebound underneath.
Yeah, it's gonna go against the Vikings, number 30, I believe.
On a Dominic doesn't like the call. Second on her.
I've never seen a player that did like a call.
Yeah, exactly. You've never been fouled or caused a foul in your life, right, Ron?
Maybe once.
Come on.
They're going to run this clock out.
There it is. Paisley just launches it. Can't quite get close. We head to quarter number 4. Can Glacier Peak win the 4A District Championship? Come back to find out.
That Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family. That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Back here, heading to the fourth quarter. Scott Ohsman with Ron the Wedge Henthorn. I want to thank Todd Elvig, our executive producer, 5-tool player. Sarah Elvig on one of our cameras. We got Justin down there. You're looking at number 12, the senior Kayla Watkins, and Lake Stevens there as Sam Fatkin brings it across the half-court line. They want a championship.
Let's see who can outscore who in this period.
Paisley for 3. Got it! As she sits down to watch it fly through the nylon. Oh, baby.
A good start for the Grizzlies as they were outscored 9-16 in that third period. Vikings trying to make a comeback.
21 for PJ Johnson. Reed caught too far under the basket, and it'll be GP ball.
Let's see who does what on this one. In fact, things go down. Gets bumped a little bit.
Great matchup. Reagan Reed, the freshman, she will fare well with this experience as she moves on, taking on a D1 guard like Sam Fatkin. Fatkin wants another 3, and she will get one.
The 3-ball rules.
15 now for Fatkin. Boy, they want a t-shirt, Ron. Player of the game.
We have more than one t-shirt to give
We
away.
do. There's a deep 3 by Smith. Taylor Smith, the junior, comes in and knocks it down.
You can do 3, I can do 3. They're going to have to keep firing some good quick shots outside like that to get back in this game. They just dropped a few points quickly here in this fourth period.
Deep, great thought. Watkins had Dominic sealed off there, but the pass just a little too high. 6:22 left in the ball game. Rocky Leenstra takes a seat.
Paisley have to give a little pressure on the inbounds here all by herself. Just kind of slow things down a little bit.
Paisley with 2 fouls. Kayla Watkins for Glacier Peak with 3 fouls. Now the ball taken over. 3 for Walton. And Watkins with the rebound, but bodies are flying away from the hoop.
That's going against Glacier Peak.
And that's going to go against Paisley Johnson. We just talked about it.
Got to keep that fouls intact here. We finish this fourth period with 6:07 left to play. A lot of time.
And now 6 team fouls for Glacier Peak, 3 for Lake Stevens. They both went into the bonus early in the second quarter.
Full timeout.
Full timeout. We will take one as well. Boy, the shots flying deep for Glacier Peak. They'll talk about it. We'll see what happens. Got their yellow, looks like hard hats almost. They are tearing it up and having a good time. Their Vikings, though, down here by 13 to Glacier Peak. They've made it interesting, Ron Henthorn. They've crawled back into 5, 10, even to 2 points here at certain parts of this game, and Glacier Peak hitting huge threes.
They're capable of coming back in this game. All they got to do is stop GP from hitting some big plays.
Griffin is going to get called for walking, traveling as she looks over to her head coach, Randy Eatons, for help.
Yeah. Spin move and didn't get the shot off before the last step happened. Got bumped a little bit, but they're not going to call those in this game.
5:55 left to go. Sam Fatkins heading to University of Arizona. Gets it over to PJ. Paisley Johnson having a tremendous game. And Sam, baseline, can't get it, but McFadden a big rebound. Great pass underneath. Good D by Griffin. McFadden will head to the line. What a high to low pass there.
With a nice little assist by Paisley.
Third personal on Kylie Griffin, the 6'2 junior. She is a tremendous athlete. What an athlete. Maya McFadden at the line. Wide right there for McFadden. McFadden, a senior, third. She's got 3 fouls as well. We had just a foul fest in that first half, Ron.
We did.
Maya drills that one.
Settles down, makes the second one of that. Every one of those helps.
3 points for Maya McFadden, getting some great minutes here as the Vikings. Smith, 3, not there. Watkins, though, Reed picks her pocket, but here comes Paisley Johnson.
Reed almost pulled it off.
Kayla step back. Maya McFadden, big rebound, sees it trailing Fatkins, and she gets it to go. 17 for Sammy Fatkin. Spinning Reed. She hits the deck hard. Kristen Glick for the Vikings going to check in for Taylor Smith. Walking it up now, 4:52 left to go in this game. Glacier Peak looking for the district championship. They both go on. Deep 3 by Guerra. Might have been tipped. Walton with a nice rebound.
Guerra got the green light from the corner. A little early in the shot clock to be taking that, I think.
Deep 3 there. Reed and Watkins with another rebound, averaging over 8 a game.
Looks like the Vikings are going to shoot fast and quick, trying to get something to happen. And then the Grizzlies do it as well and make it. Fatkin for 3.
Sammy Fatkin. 20 points for Sammy. 56-37. Griffin. Glick. Clicks for 3, her first points of the ball game for Kristen, the senior. And that'll create a quick timeout. We'll take one, too.
Full time.
4 minutes left. Wesco 4A Girls Championship, only on STSPN. We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At G&S, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Our Mitsubishi ductless heat pumps allow you to control the temperature in each room separately, all of which can be controlled from your smartphone or tablet. Because we are the mini split experts here in Washington, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. Call G&S Heating, Cooling, and Electrical today or visit us at gsheating.com.
The loser of this game plays the winner of this game. That's the one who was.
Back here, yes, Ron, you were talking about the loser. If Glacier Peak hangs on here with this one, 56-40 right now, then the Vikings will head and they will play who?
The winner of the Jackson-Kamiak game is played earlier, which I didn't catch the score yet. I think we can look that up, though.
Kamiak did win. We just got confirmation. So they will play Kamiak. And that'll be the 18th at noon. Just under 4 to go here. Glacier Peak looking for their second district championship. They won one in the 3A, but they have not won one in the 4A because this is their first year in 4A. Sam Fatkin with the ball, looking for help. Watkins.
Decides for the 3 and didn't make it.
Here comes Reed, the dynamic Reed. And just throws it up, runs into 3 Grizzlies. Here comes Paisley looking for more.
Paisley slowing it down. Coach Hill says slow it down. All the girls got the green light on that 3, and I'm not sure why they're firing it so quickly.
Running a set play, Paisley Johnson gets the screen from McFadden. Here's the pick and roll. McFadden left hand, not quite. Griffin with a rebound, and here comes Reed, but Sam pokes her hand in, and she'll also collect another foul.
3 for Samantha Fatkin.
And that will send them to the 1-1 with 3:06 left, 16-point deficit.
Had 18 fouls in the first half, and we've only got 11 in this half so far. We only got 3 minutes left to play, so this either they're not calling or they're settling down a little bit. Griffith drops that in.
Reagan Reed.
Or is that Reed? Excuse me.
The freshman. She is fun. I can't wait to watch her through the rest of her high school career. Big substitutions now. Jensen goes in, Guerra's in, Josephitis back in. McFadden takes a seat along with Kayla Watkins, and here we go with Lake Stevens going to make some subs as well. As Reagan can't hit that. Josephitis with the rebound. 3:02 left to go in this 4A district championship.
15-point lead here to hold on to, so need to play smart ball, get the good shots, and there's the good shot for Fatkin.
Fatkin rims out. Griffin there with a big rebound with 2:41 left to go. Leenstra with the shot.
Vikings shooting early. They need to make them if they're going to do it.
Sam again, pull up, rolls out, rebound there, Josephitis, but a whistle.
Going to go against White 3.
No, it's on Josephitis, and that's her 4th. No, that'll be. Now that looks like there's a correction, Ron. We'll see. We'll have to kind of wait a second here. 2:24. Nonetheless, somebody's heading to the line, and it's Kylie Griffin is going to head to the free throw line.
Well, that was a one-on-one because that was they're over the limit.
Right,
so.
but they are attributing that foul there to Josephitis, her 4th. Abby, the junior, had a big game in the win against Jackson. Kylie can't get that one to fall. Guerra with the rebound off to P.J. Johnson here with 2:16 left.
Guerra handled that well. He's not usually handling the ball down there and finally got rid of it.
Sam, Paisley, and Caleb been playing for the most part, not starting varsity, as Paisley drives and connects. Paisley Johnson with 23 points. And Glacier Peak wants to take a timeout as we head under 2 minutes. 1:56. Will the Grizzlies go on to their second district championship in the 4A, their first time? Find out.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
43 of the points are between the two of them.
We're talking about our player of the game, our Lake Stevens Ace Hardware player of the game. 58-14, Glacier Peak in the lead, heading there for their second district championship. Their first, though, as this is the first year in the reclassification for the 4A. They'll have 4 years now. They've moved to a 4-year cycle where they evaluate and shift classifications. 1:56 left to go.
Glacier Peak needs to just go out there and play smart. They got a 17-point lead. Don't need to do anything crazy. Play good defense and take possession of the ball and keep it when you get it.
Griffin, who has been just as advertised, just been great. And Dominic loses the handle, and it's going to stay Jackson, or Lake Stevens ball. Jackson, my goodness gracious. That was the last game.
Jackson wears black too, that's okay.
We're on the 18th floor up here, so you know.
Turnover did not help the Vikings at all.
Well, Rocky was trying to go there, and there's Paisley Johnson. Minute 30 left. She's going to be our Lake Stevens Ace Hardware player of the game. And the ball's bouncing everywhere. What a save by Fatkin through the legs.
Shot clock down to 10. Paisley's going to take it to the hoop and got grabbed on the way there. No shot.
And
it's only the 4th team foul, so that's going to be out of bounds. Glacier Peak at the baseline here with a minute 14 to sew this game up for the Grizzlies.
Paisley reaching down to her calf there as she drove to the basket. And now
Vikings have put all their subs in the game here. I think they've called it.
Into Watkins, the senior to senior. They've been playing together since 4th, 5th grade. And Kayla Watkins hit the bucket, and she'll head to the line.
So it looks like Lake Stevens are gonna go up against Kamiak on Saturday. So Grizzlies are giving their starters a little break there. Sam Fatkin comes out of the game and Paisley Johnson comes out of the game. Just a big hug from their coaches down there on the bench. As they know, they've wrapped up this district championship here for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies tonight. Desperation shots down here looking for the Vikings.
Sarah Dominic, the younger sister there with a shot from Anna. As there's a whistle, and now Kelsey Thomas is going to check in.
There's a timeout for Glacier Peak to get Kayla Watkins out of the game.
And a big hug by the assistant coaches there. Miles Garrett, Jenny Wendlet, Chris Josephitis, Zach Nelson there for Glacier Peak. These kids now back down to Guffey, who's a sophomore.
48 seconds on the game clock.
Wilms out front gets tied up there by Savannah Smith. And the Glacier Peak student section now starting to feel it as you look at Wilms getting ready to shoot a free throw here. A big moment for these younger kids, Ron, in the district championship game on a big stage.
It's hard for these kids coming off the bench for the Vikings not to play hard and get fouls like that, but they're just trying to do their best out there.
And there's a whistle behind the play.
Not sure what that was when they're pushing the foul against one of the Vikings down there.
That's going to go Anna Johnson, the junior, number 50, her second in a hurry.
40 seconds left. The Grizzlies inbound from the baseline. And that's a travel.
Wilms.
Nice Wilms there. Caught the ball and took the inside handoff.
Mackenzie, a senior, move of the program. Deep three by Taylor Smith, no good. Back up
Haley Grambo with the rebound
by
there.
Johansson.
Maintain possession as you try to run this clock down. 20 seconds on the shot clock, about even with the game clock.
Haley Grambo out to Wilms.
Little carry got away with there. No call by the referee.
Stay tuned, we'll have our player of the game, Lake Stevens Ace Hardware player of the game, Paisley Johnson. And we'll also get the Glacier Peak Grizzlies 2017 Wesco 4A champions, 60-41, the final.
A bunch of happy Grizzlies down there on the court today, Scott. And well-deserved win for them. Their first district championship for 4A. We'll see where our player of the game gets picked up down there. We've got
Steve Willits will be with them. He has KRKO 1380, FM 95.3, some responsibilities for them. This is great. I think they're going to choose Sam Fatkin and we're going to choose Paisley Johnson. All deserving, so I think it works out. It
works for me. Steve's got the girls down there now trying to grab Sam and Paisley.
And we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with cutting down the net ceremony. Glacier Peak Grizzlies, their 9th year, a 4A district championship right after this. You're watching it all here. Scott Ohsman, Ron Henthorn, Steve Willits getting Sam Fatkin for the KRKO 1380 player of the game. And right after that, Steve working hard tonight. Double duty here for Steve Willits, the mayor.
Yes, he is doing a good job. He's down there with all the girls getting their photo taken, their smiles all the way around. There's a bunch of happy girls with that district championship trophy down there tonight.
He'll change out, and you see Kayla Watkins screaming 60-41. We'll go through here. Paisley Johnson, 23 points. She had 16 in the first half. A huge three ball there to get her 21st to stretch the lead. As you're watching Mackenzie Wilms, the senior, go up and start the program here, cutting down the nets. Now she has to put the GoPro on first.
Put the GoPro up there, Zoe.
That's perfect. And now we're going to wait for Willits here to get Paisley Johnson when she can. As she hugs her dad, you can't see that in your shot right now. You're seeing the hoop. And we're getting ready. Let's get Paisley Johnson, our player of the game. Let's go down to Steve Willits.
Steve, we got you down there
All right, Scott, I hope you guys have been turned up. It's coming in and out here, but here we go. Paisley Johnson, you're the STSPN player of the game. More importantly, you're a district champ. You're going to the Tacoma Dome, Paisley. How does this feel?
I've been waiting for this for 4 years. For 4 years. This is awesome. I can't believe this right now.
I know you guys have come close to winning districts before. 2 years ago, the Linwood game, tie game going into the final minute. Jordan Edwards hits a three-pointer. Knowing that you've had to wait this long, knowing that you've come close but have never gotten it, does it just make it that much sweeter?
It makes this team is phenomenal. We work so hard to get here together. This team is amazing. This is a team you want to be at the Tacoma Dome with. Amazing.
Hey, earlier tonight, I mean, it was a close game. It was 15-5, then it was 15-14. It kept being a game of runs, and you kept putting them on your back occasionally. I think you had like 16 or 18 in the first half alone. Tell me about that first half and how nerve-wracking it was. I've got to think that at times it was just, are these guys going to go away? How was the flow of the game for you?
I knew we just got to keep kicking it and keep moving to the basket.
Sammy Peck is right there.
Kidding me?
And we even been sent. Go figure. Paisley's excited. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
So Sammy's walking away right now. You got a big regional game coming up, which would give you a bye in the first round. It looks like it might be Sunnyside. Have you guys started thinking about that a little bit? I know everybody wants to hear one game at a time, but come on, you've been thinking about it, right?
Hill went and got game on that early in the season. We knew we'd see him. We're working. We're working hard, and the Hills come to.
Is this everything you pictured it would be right now as you look down and you see that net? You've probably thought about this before. You finally get to do it. What's this moment like for you?
This is amazing. This is incredible.
Go cut down part of that net?
Yes, please.
Paisley Johnson, I'm going to get a picture with you in a minute, but I'll let you cut the net down first. Guys, I'm going to throw back to you. In a moment, I'll come back down and get some more players. I'm just going to adjust the headphones, and we'll keep having some fun.
Thank you, Steve Willits. 23 points for Paisley Johnson. Sam Fackin not quite to be outdone there. 20 points for Sam. It was really the three power pack punch, and they've been doing this all year long. Sam Fackin, Kayla Watkins, and Paisley Johnson.
They carry the team. There's no question about that. Those two girls are well deserving of player of the game for both of these games tonight here.
As you're seeing, they're cutting down the nets. The GP student section as we're getting ready for the boys game at 8, but they're going to take their time here. You see the picture-in-picture technology only on STSPN.
And Paisley held up her shirt down there and got her picture taken, tossed it quickly over to her mom so she could get over there and cut down some of that net.
That's great. Johnny Dallin up there, the manager, I believe. And he's going to hand it off to Maya McFadden. Maya, a great track star, outstanding athlete, and we'll go back down to Steve Willits whenever he gets.
Yeah, guys, and I can barely hear you. The technology's cutting in and out, so bear with me here. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm getting a thumbs up. Let's try to get in here and talk to some of these girls as they cut down the net. Brian Hill's about to go up right now, so I'm going to wait till he gets down. We've got Maya McFadden. She just cut down a part of the net.
Here's Brian Hill, the ninth-year
Hill
head
up there
coach.
right now. Got those scissors in hand.
Saw his wife, Danette, coming into the gym tonight. All the families with these players and coaches, Steve, they deserve a lot of credit as well. And there's him with Mr. Hill, Coach
Absolutely,
Hill.
and you're always told when you're growing up, don't walk up ladders with scissors, right, or run with them. I think this is the one exception. Coach Hill, how did it feel to go up on that ladder just now?
It's been 3 years since we've been able to do it last time, so really good.
And we talked a little before the game. Special group of seniors in particular. I know you wanted to get a district title before they left, and you got one tonight.
Yeah, I'm really proud of them. And they did a great job of stepping up and keeping their composures. Lake Stevens did a good job of coming back and making a really good run, and we changed up our defense and threw them off a little bit, and that kind of gave us some momentum. So.
Kind of fitting that, especially the big three tonight, all kind of doing what they're known for. Kayla early on getting it done with the boards, going back up. Sammy with the passing, getting a lot of assists tonight. Paisley with a huge first half in terms of points. Only fitting that they would have a game like this on the biggest stage, right?
Oh, yeah, you want them to. I'm so proud of them right now. I love it. Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of them. I'm so glad that they were able to get this win tonight. Getting teared up because I'm a player anyway, no, really excited.
Now, Paisley just admitted to me a minute ago, you've already started scouting Sunnyside a little bit, just in case that's the 4 versus 5 game?
I went to Sunnyside over Christmas break, I think, or when we got back from Christmas. I've kind of been everywhere for a long time. We've been scouting everyone out, so we got film.
This is a guy he's prepared, and that's why he's cutting down a net right now. We're going to go back up to you guys. As soon as these ladies are done posing for pictures, we'll get a few more.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve Willits there, helping us out. It's always great. You're seeing some just awesome shots there. Sammy, Fatkin, the parents. Ron, we've been around the program a long time. We know these parents. They're taking these kids along with you, and you're, early days of the Grizzlies select teams, and they've been paying a lot of money and taking them to practices and hauling them all over the state and sometimes out of state.
They have out of state and out of the area, long distance travel, and they deserve this win. There's Fatkin down there with her parents and her brother getting a picture taken with that big net and the trophy in front of her for the school paper.
They're seeing the Glacier Peak, and now they want to move it along, of course, because we've got the next game, the
Glacier Peak boys
Glacier League boys coming up. GP, the Grizzlies.
Hey, Scott, here we go.
One more with Steve Willits.
We got to have one more, right? It's Kayla Watkin. We're not going to let her slide by, right? Kayla, you've been waiting for this moment for 3 years. What's it like now that you finally get to go up and cut that net down?
I mean, it's amazing. It just feels awesome that all your hard work has just paid off. Just going to this one spot.
Have you ever been to a Tacoma Dome high school basketball game?
Of course, I've been there every year. Always dreamed of playing on that floor.
And now that you get to actually be one of the participants, has that moment kind of struck you yet? Is it started to sink in? How's the feeling right now?
It feels amazing. I mean, there's no other feeling like this. As a basketball player, I think you just live up to having this moment. It's the greatest time of your life.
Hey, you're missing the cheer. Go over there and enjoy it.
Shout out to Uncle Billy. Love you.
There we go. Uncle Billy, if you're watching, Kayla's going to the Tacoma Dome. The rest of her teams are going over there to celebrate.
All right, thank you, Steve. Well done down there on the floor, and we'll get back up here for this next Grizzly game going on in a little while.
Glacier Peak Grizzlies, they win 60-41 over Lake Stevens. They are the 2017 Wesco 4A Girls champions. They head to the regionals Tacoma. For Ron Henthorn, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig, and Justin down on the floor, Scott Ohsman saying so long and stay tuned. We got Glacier Peak boys coming up against Monroe.